Hi, my name is Charlie Nissen-Pickard, and I'll be doing an interview today with Alex Nissen-Pickard on the subject of cohabitation. She's my sister of 21 years old. The first question I'm going to ask her is, how did cohabitation affect you growing up in our split household?
Cohabitation affected me growing up, not so much when I was a little baby, because obviously I did not know, but as I got older, we were back and forth just on living, and when you were born, we stayed in one household, and so that kind of had a steady, just a steady place to go. And growing up with having parents who were not married but living in a household together did but didn't affect me by just knowing that they were living together and we were a family together just by us being their children. But it affected me in a way as not knowing just like knowing a family as one, just being married and knowing the marital status and just the views and morals of that.
Let me clarify to all you that don't know what cohabitation is. It's an arrangement where two people who are not married live together on an emotional or sexually intimate relationship but are not married. And the second question I'm going to ask you today is, how do you feel about cohabitation? Is it good? Is it bad?
It kind of depends in my view. I see both sides of it. It's bad to the point, like, I mean, if the family, say our parents, our grandparents had a different view of cohabitation, or they had the view of you have to be married in order to live together, or you have to be married in order to have children, well, that would be frowned upon if our grandparents thought that, but they didn't. So honestly, it does but doesn't bother me, nor does it affect me. But in society, it's kind of common nowadays. So, and if you want to live together with somebody as a roommate or as a friend or maybe even somebody intimately, then that's your own view. So
I have an opinion on it. It feels, if you have kids, after you have been together, you feel less reluctant, or you feel more reluctant to get married because it's a bigger step even, because it could just be easier and cheaper because kids are so expensive nowadays, and divorce is so common among people. It's as high as 50%, some people say. And my last question is, do you think cohabitation is bad for households in general, as in man and woman, do they view each other differently as if they were married?
I would say it is a good and a bad thing for a household. Mainly, I would say they do look at each other differently. If they were married, they would have more of an intimate relationship and probably have more, be able to work things out better and talk through things and just know how to cope with each other on certain things. Where if they weren't married, like there might be more arguing, or just not, there's certain values and morals that you don't have when you're not married versus when you're married, because you're more committed when you're married than when you're not. And just kind of, anything kind of goes sometimes when you're not married.
I feel as if it gives sometimes the kids, they have a different opinion on their parents.
Yeah.
They get closer with one parent or another because they feel that they're treated differently.
Yep.
As if, because growing up we went to our grandma's a lot, and because our dad was always working and mom was always busy, so our grandma was like a second mom to me. Yeah. And that's how I viewed her. I viewed her more as a mom than I viewed our own mom, because she took care of me and she was always there for me. And so I think it's kind of developed me this inner hatred / regret of my mom not being there for me when I needed her most.
See, where I view it as differently, because you had, even though we were with our granny all the time during the day, but I just had that 4.5 more years with her than you did. So,
Alright.
it could be different.
Well, thank you all for listening today. This is my presentation with my sister Alex Nissen-Pickard on cohabitation. Hope you enjoyed it.